Hello, so this devlog's going to be a little bit different to usual. Basically, Lee's got a couple of days booked off, so he's off all week this week. He'll be back in next week, so what we're going to do is we're going to do sort of like a 2-week devlog this time. And that's just for simplicity, really. I'm going to be working from home all week this week, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one huge wrap-up at the end, probably on Friday, Saturday. Basically just telling you everything I've done this week, which should be quite exciting because I'm not going to be working on any of the projects that you're familiar with. I'm going to be working on a new project that I don't think we mentioned, Wooloop we're calling it. Yeah, so new project. Let's get going. Okay, so Wooloop, brand new project that we haven't discussed about before. Hopefully it's a project that will be releasing later in the year. Fingers crossed that's what we're going for. But it's a project I've been working on for the past few months now, kind of in secret. Not intentionally, it's just that all of the work I've been doing on this so far has just been working from home stuff. So a bit like this past week, with Lee not being in the office, I've just been working from home, working on Wooloop the entire week. It is coming on quite nicely though. So the whole concept is you're basically like given a bunch of pins in a board, and the idea is that you make artwork out of it. That was a bit of a whiff for a first one, wasn't it? Yeah, so you click and drag string around, or bits of wool, making lots of loops and stuff. Guess where we got the name from. And yeah, the idea is you slowly just click and drag, quite methodically building up the picture. That's quite a simple level there. But we've got a few levels to show off. But it sort of comes from the idea of these little artworks you can buy off Etsy. It's kind of where I got the inspiration from. But basically people nail lots of pins into a board and then make artwork out of these strings, out of string, in various colours and stuff like that, various patterns. Quite cool. So I just thought, why don't we try and make that into a game and see if it's fun? And so far it is quite fun. This tutorial of someone making sort of like a musical note as well. Quite satisfying stuff. But yeah, we just want to turn that into a game, so that's basically the concept we've got going here. We get more and more advanced stuff as you're going along, so this one for example is a cactus. Kim says that I've done the pot wrong, but I disagree. Okay, so that's just one bit of wool done. You see it can get quite long and complex, but there are several different like starting points we've got for this level. So we've got, I think, one for colouring in the middle and then one for the borders on the outside, for both the cactus and the pot. And and we can change the colour of every bit of wool as well. So we've got this colour which is slightly darker to make it a bit more standy out. Standy out's a word, I'll stand by it. And yeah, you just sort of chill, relax, draw some pictures. I think the Colour and Pixels crowd are going to really enjoy this. Something completely unique as well. We haven't found anything like it on the store pages on Steam and stuff, so that's good. And yeah, this bit of string here is just a little bit thicker than the other bit of string as well, just to make it stand out a bit more when you're going over doing this border. Yes, I've got a little plant pot. See what I mean by Kim's comment about saying it's not in the middle? Yeah, I think the cactus just needs moving over to the side a bit, but yeah, we've got one last bit, and that's just to colour in the middle bit. It's a bit of a messy colouring in, but it's just the style of this image. Some of the later images are a bit more uniform. Cool, now we're done. You can choose which order you do the the bits in as well. So you see like this bit's overlapping the outsider bit. You can change which order you do them in, so you can try and avoid that if you wanted to. But yeah, nice little framed bit of artwork you've made. Yeah, so what I've been actually doing this week mainly, a lot of the work has been to do with the visualization side of the game. So this like frame we've got the level in, that's all new this week. A lot of like clicking, dragging niceties like this thing where it like bounces back. A lot of performance improvements as well. You see, we've got a little FPS counter in the top left. We were having a lot of issues, an awful lot, to the FPS, just because all of these bits of rope, all of the meshes are dynamically generated just through code. So it's very, very performance intensive to actually render all of this. But I've done quite a lot of work in performance area this week, so it's sitting at a comfortable 60 FPS at the moment, which is nice. A few other details I've done this week as well. You can actually let go of the rope as well, so you can like look around, pan around, and then return back to it. That's new this week. I did some stuff on the main menu UI, but that's boring. You don't want to know anything about that. But yeah, I think the direction we're going in the game is we're going to try and make lots of larger levels. I think that's going to be the key selling point here. So people like the larger levels in current pixels more. It's a bit more value for money, and once you've done it, it's a lot more satisfying, isn't it? So we're going to be going to try and do something similar for that. See, this level's much larger. I was sort of testing out the different patterns you can make with this level. You see sort of like slowly building up this sort of like negative, this circle in negative space, which is quite nice. It wouldn't be a ToastieLabs game without a hexagon. That occasionally happens. There's still a few bugs to fix, but yeah, that occasionally happens. Yeah, I've got one last level, which is very, very big. Yeah, I'll quickly finish this and show you when it's done. But yeah, this is Wooloop. Hopefully people enjoy it and start looking forward to it. Yeah, it's just nice to finally be able to show the work we've been up to. Okay, yeah, and just like that, I have done it. I'm feeling super chill now, super zen. That's the whole point though, it's just a little wholesome game to basically people can just relax to. It's hot air balloon if you can't tell. I know my drawing's not that good, but my art isn't great, but it's hot air balloon. Yeah, so I think the plan for Wooloop at the moment is just to keep going as we have been going, just me working on it in my own spare time whenever I get a chance. We are hoping to release it later in the year, but I think just step one is to get a demo available and ready. And that's just so if Steam do any like here's what's coming up type of things where they give you a bunch of free demos. I've come up with the called like Next Fest and stuff like that, just so we can get the word out about it. But yeah, it will be a while off before this is out, but it is looking quite good. There's a few graphical glitches and stuff, and the UI is the readability is a bit rubbish. A couple of the occasional glitches as well. So it's not perfect, but it's something quite fun that I've been working on. Lee, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
You're wearing your Greg's t-shirt, I see.
Represent, yeah.
Yeah. I need one myself, but yeah. So we've just done sprint planning. It's your first week back.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, so like the beginning of every week, back on the YouTube video, get that up, get that sent out, so you can test it, watch it tomorrow, make sure it's alright.
Test a video. I like that.
Other than that though, there's a few tasks for the Switch build. Localization has been implemented this time, so I can give it a good look through and make a note of any changes that need made before you send out to launcher.
Yeah, last time you were checking that, I basically forgot to commit the localization tables, so whenever it tried to load a new localization, it just loaded English instead, so my bad, but fixed.
Other than that, the Hexseed Year Pass, you were on last week, I believe you said. So I'm going to be getting the store page sent off. There's just some screenshots that we need. Once the store page is live, we can then start pushing out as well. So get that done, and then towards the end of the week, making a start on the next Colouring Pixels DLC, because what is off, patrons voted for platformers. So making a start on that DLC as well.
Yeah, some like Mario stuff, but without using Mario.
Yeah.
That's all good. As for me, I did a little bit of localization stuff this morning, trying to fix that Colouring Pixels and Switch bug. But mainly it's going to be Blue Mountain who shuffled my shapes. So yeah, just trying to work through some bugs that we've got to fix. So there's like clicking and dragging bug. Sometimes when you click and drag to move the shape, it goes the wrong way. I've got saving and loading to try and implement. I need a button to actually shuffle up the shape. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but we just need to get it good and working so we can get this demo ready. Okay, so there's this clicking and dragging bug that has sort of been plaguing us for quite a while. So usually when you're just clicking and dragging, you just left click on the cube and you just drag and it goes whichever direction roughly where you want it to. It works quite well. It is quite intuitive, but in a couple of cases it's quite difficult to replicate, but sometimes it will just go the opposite direction. Yeah, like that. So you see, like I'm swiping left and it's rotating the opposite way to what you'd expect. So that's kind of the problem. To do that, it's quite a complicated fix. I think I'm pretty much there though. Yeah, so this is with the fix in. I've just changed the way that it's calculating the rotations, so everything else seems to work normally. And then when you click on a axis like that, yeah, it's working. So yeah, it's a bit complicated how it works, but it's like projecting the mouse onto the axis. You can sort of see like the lines that it's drawing there. Yeah, it's just a bit sensitive at the moment. So the bug's fixed, but it's needs some work still.
Morning, Rob.
Morning, Lee.
Pancake day?
Yes, it is. Yes, best Tuesday of the year.
We just had our stand up for the day. What are you doing, Rob?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to continue on trying to fix that clicking and dragging bug. Yesterday, I sort of got I was going in the right direction, but it felt awful. So then, yeah, I've been thinking about it and I'm going to try and fix that again. That's basically going to be me though, unfortunately.
Yeah, so you would watch the video this morning as well.
Yes.
Give me feedback. So there's a couple of changes to make to that. I'm going to get that edited and then uploaded and prepared for the rest of the week. And then other than that, it's going to be a case of testing all the languages on the Switch build, because I figured out what was wrong with my build settings. Didn't have languages enabled, so.
Yeah.
No,
I'll do it.
So that's done. We'll just go through all the languages in all the regions and just note down any problems at a spot. So it's a bit into the afternoon now. I've just finished going through all the languages with the regions set to Europe. I did find quite a number of issues. Let's take a look here. Just a quick breakdown of the numbers per region of the language. English and Korean were fine. And there's a list of all the issues there. Most of the issues, thankfully, are just caused by the levels being too long for the card. Korean again has no issues, so there's no problems here. But some of the languages, the word trickles over to a second line, which just cuts the word off, so it doesn't read quite correctly. So we can fix that, just for fun size, I reckon. There are some other issues though, such as the word for clam in traditional Chinese. Whatever font you're using, or whatever the issue might be, there's not a character showing at all for that name. So some things we'll need to look into a bit more, but again, most issues should be fixed quite easily. Morning, it's Wednesday. There's no Robert today, as you can tell. He's called in sick, had too many pancakes yesterday. But yeah, it should be alright day, if not a bit straightforward. So one thing I want to be going on to doing is finishing up with the Switch testing. There's just a couple of regions to check through. I don't believe I need to do the in-depth look I was doing yesterday, because one of the first region I changed to was the Americas, as opposed to Europe, and all the languages and everything was exactly the same. So it's just checking that it actually works. So I'm going to change to the other regions, that being Japan, Australia, everything else that the console provides or offers. I'm going to go ahead and test all those additional regions, just make sure it all works. I have been battling it a bit this morning. I was unable to get the Switch to connect again after restarting the PC. Not too sure what it was, but changing the USB port again seems to have fixed it, so it's a bit weird, but at least it seems to be working now, so I'll get that done. Other than that, quickly re-uploaded the YouTube video again, just as a bit of a request. We had a couple of last minute Patreon supporters this week, which is absolutely amazing. Again, thank you very much. But as a side note of that, I've just quickly re-imported the video. Very quick change, changing the credits and just uploading it again. And then changing the links on all the social media posts and everything else. So straightforward, that's done now. And finally, to wrap up the day, doing the Hexseed store page stuff. So the year 2 season pass still needs screenshots, and the first DLC of the year requires the store page sent off as well. So we're going to get a couple of levels done in Hexseed, just 5 or 6 to get those screenshots really. And once I've got the screenshots, get them uploaded, get the store page sent off, and just get them back as quick as possible. Yeah, should be pretty much all I do today, and we'll see how we get on. So it's getting to the end of the day now. I have gone ahead and made the store pages, marked them ready for review, so Valve will be looking at them now to make sure that we're happy with them, make them live on the store page. And that's both the next DLC and the year 2 pass as well. So I've quickly made a couple of levels just to get some screenshots. And yeah, that's done, that's ready to go. I did finish up the testing on the Switch as well, everything seems fine. There's no additional issues, all the regions work as intended as well. So yeah, quite a lot done today. I'm going to head home now and pick this up again tomorrow. Morning Rob!
Morning Lee!
It's Thursday.
Yes.
Feeling better?
Yeah, feeling much better. I was a wreck yesterday. Had far too many pancakes.
Yeah, we just had our stand-up. What are you doing today, Rob?
Yeah, so for me today, I started off today by doing some Colour Pixels on Switch stuff for you. I was basically just adding a component that lets you control the font size based on which localization settings you got. So Germany needs smaller font sizes because the words are so big. So I'll quickly done that. I'll be showing you that in a minute. But yeah, other than that, I'm still working on that clicking and dragging bug for Who Shook My Shapes. I'm getting there. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I know what I'm doing. But I don't know. What are you doing anyway?
Yeah, Valve had quite a quick turnaround this time for the Hexseed DLC pages, so I've made them live this morning. We'll need to re-upload some screenshots if you can do a Hexseed build as well. Just not high priority though, but that's something we'll need to do. Other than that, we'll be working on the Colour Pixels on Switch build, as Rob was saying, just changing the font sizes, having a bit of a test to make sure I can get the text to fit. And then after that, making a start on the next DLC pack for Colour Pixels on PC, because that's coming out next Friday, so we need to get started on that.
Video late?
Yeah, date of the video. So I've just finished going through the localization fixes. See in Russian here, made the text fit on the buttons on the side here. Most of this bottom one was a very large word. For a different translation option, I think that's more accurate to what we want anyway. And secondly as well, obviously the setting here. There was no translation for the second part of the setting, so I've fixed that as well. And yeah, pretty sure I went through all of the changes I had listed down. So it's all the tables filled in. So yeah, that's all done. All the languages are reading correctly and all fit in the cards, so yeah, very happy with that. Now I'm going to go on to doing the start on the DLC for Colour Pixels.
Okay, so I've been working on this clicking and dragging bug. I'm still stuck, so I have been making some progress, but I still need to think about it. It's still not 100%. I've got it to tell me more information, but yeah, it's going the wrong way. One of the things I did manage to improve on though is the way that this click and dragging is working. So before, how it used to work was it would basically sort of like say that you were wanting to rotate like this, say you wanted to rotate like this piece like around like that. All it would do was it would just like basically check your like the mouse's up and down coordinates, which felt a bit naff. Well, instead what it does now is it finds the axis that the cube's actually going to rotate around, so we're rotating it around like this, and then it basically maps your mouse to like a line going across like this in the opposite direction. It's a bit complicated, but it does make it feel a lot nicer. So now the mouse moves it when you're going around like that, and not just up and down. So a bit side to side input as well, which is nice. But yeah, the bug is still persisting, so just gonna keep working on it and fingers crossed I'll get there.
So yeah, it's in the evening now and get ready to go home. But what I've just done is I've just finished sending off the store page for the new DLC book. I'm not too sure if this is the colour scheme I'm going to be keeping, because I'm colourblind, so I like to run it by Rob first, but this is the one we've got for now. That's on the store page at the minute, whilst we're sending it off to Steam. But yeah, I've got 3 pictures. With it being a platformers book, had a bit of fun sort of building levels, so picked up a couple of asset packs and just built a sort of a scene that looks like a platforming game. Obviously, in order to avoid any sort of copyright, we can't use the popular games like Mario, etc. But there are already platforming assets out there that we are available to use, that are available to us to use. So yeah, a couple of things right now. This one's the best at the minute. Very, very large, and hopefully that'll be enjoyable to colour. Still needs a bit of a test. They're in the game now, but if you look here, this one has 89 colours, and most of them are about 10 to 5 pixels. So this one needs a bit of correction, but these two seem alright. But I'll be giving them a proper look over tomorrow when I carry on doing more of this pack.
Lee, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah, woo. We're just on stand up like we usually do. What are you doing?
Yeah, so a little bit of work on the store pages. So the DLC store page looks like it's been approved. So on email, so making that live for the Comic Pixels DLC. But the screenshots need updating once we get a little build pushed. So we're going to be quickly doing that. So I can get some fresh screenshots in the right resolution. Other than that, though, it's just going to be a case of working on the DLC. Just getting as much pictures as I can, getting as much progress as I can done on the Platformers DLC.
Good stuff. Yeah, so I've got to do a build for Hexseed and Color and Pixels because I forgot to do it yesterday. Great. Other than that, still working on Who Shook My Shapes. Trying to fix that bug still. I'll get that Lee eventually. Yeah, and I think the plan was for us to do. Well, we're hoping to send off Color and Pixels off to Lot Check. So we basically sent it off to Nintendo. But we are missing some translations, it turns out. So I've quickly asked the translation people to sort that out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I worked out what the problem was. Basically, I've just been overcomplicating this whole thing. So all this code that I've been writing this week, basically don't need any of it. Yeah, so literally, just if you just delete all of this, place that with -1. So everything I've been doing this week has just been, I'm livid. I worked it out though. Yeah, see, look, it works fine. So frustrating. But yeah, it was just a very, very simple oversight for me. Like, I can't believe that took me a week to work that out, but yeah, it works on all of the triangle-based ones as well, which is something I was worried about. Yeah, I genuinely just don't know what's happened this week with me. Just,
Just after lunch now. I've gotten all of the announcements that need to be done. So that's the after Rob made the builds live for Hexseed and Color and Pixels, gone ahead and made 2 of the announcements. So we've got the Color and Pixels announcement that's gone live straight away. Then I have a secondary announcement for the Year 2 pass, which is scheduled to come out at 8 o'clock tonight. That's just so it goes in line with the actual store page going live. Well, the store page is live. That people will be able to purchase it from 8 o'clock tonight. So line the announcements up with that. Also went ahead and made the competition live on the Discord, but as someone pointed out, I forgot to change the word of the DLC pack that's being given away. So I'll leave it a little disclaimer. But yeah, that's all ready now, that's all live, and I'm going to carry on now with actually doing some work on the DLC.
okay, so now that annoying bug's been fixed, I've been free to work on some of the other tasks that I've needed to do. So we've got a long list of stuff for me to get on with on Trello here. Yes, the main things I've been working on is randomization button and sourcing some sound effects. So we've been looking at contracting out some sound effect work, which is good. We've also been looking at that for Wooloop as well. So I've been trying to source some music as well. So that's been my afternoon. Yeah, we managed to get the sort of like a reset button working. So now when you press play, if the puzzle's solved, it will go ahead and shuffle it for you, which takes a while. I think I'm going to add like a progress bar or something like this, just so you've got an indication that it's not going forever. And yeah, now when you return, you see there's a restart button. You get like a quick like acknowledgement, yes or no. And obviously click yes, it reloads the puzzle, and then that button's gone. So yeah, just a little thing I've been working on. But yeah, I'm just glad to be not working on that bug anymore.
So yeah, getting ready to go home now. Just a little update where I've made 7 images that are in the game now for the Platformers DLC. One thing is that a lot of the images are quite large, so these are currently the only 2 small images that we've got. I'd say 64, 75 pixels wide. The rest of them are sort of very large scenes. So this one here, try to sort of recreate the Bowser boss fight from Mario. Yeah, quite enjoyed making this. Made of the tile set. Quite a lot of these are made of tile sets. This thing here is meant to be a sort of a swinging ball spike trap, some description. I thought I'd give it to him as well, just to fill it out and give it a bit more. Let's give it a bit more. I think we've seen these ones already. Have revisited this one a little bit just to correct a lot of the colours. There was quite a few pixels that needed sorting. This one here as well took the background away just because it still worked quite nicely with the negative space. The background didn't add much. And the other new ones are this one and this one here, which I spent a lot of time on this one because this one was a whole big tile set that I've been doing sort of grid by grid, sort of like this sort of size. Around about that size for the tile set, so the whole thing's made up of that. Just picking parts and putting it together. Like the carpet overlay and stuff for the staircase. It was a lot of fun making it, but it just took a long time. And this is what it originally looked like, but the colour palette was way too large. So it has been muted a little bit, but a lot of the main detail is still there. And yeah, happy with that. All these images will need a thorough test later on, but yeah, happy with the progress, and should be not much left to do next week.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
What have you been doing this week, Lee?
Yeah, so the first part of the week was mostly on the Switch, a lot of localization testing, and just going through the list of things I found and making changes with the help of you, obviously, because you had to do some programming in terms of setting up the editor, just so I could go in and easily make the changes.
Yeah, just a little bit for me, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, happy with what we've got with that. Pretty much ready to send it off, just a little left.
We are so close, yeah.
Left.
We've just got one last thing to do, and that's the game needs translating. The game name. So we're going with Colour and Pixels Collection 1, because we're hoping to do like several collections and sell them for actual money, just because free to play was a nightmare with Hexseed on Switch. So yeah, we just need the game name translating, which I've emailed the people about, so hopefully that'll get sorted.
Yeah, so close.
So close, yeah. We just need some assets making really, and then just send it off to lot check. So close.
Yeah.
But other than that, for me, I've been working on Who Shook My Shapes quite a lot, as you know. That clicking and dragging bug that was very easy to fix, and I'm quite. Don't give me that look. Yeah, it's fixed now. It's sorted. I did manage to do some other stuff on it, so I managed to sort some sound effects and sort of some music stuff. Yeah, and some buttons and some like UI stuff as well, but mainly just fighting that bug, unfortunately. But there's been some Hexseed stuff going on as well. You've been doing Hexseed
a little bit. Mainly the team pass. Obviously, we're making that live tonight for purchase. So getting the announcements ready for that, getting the screenshots for the store page, got that all sent off earlier in the week. That's been pretty much it for Hexseed. But other than that, for the store pages, got the DLC store page set up as well. Still working on the actual DLC, but the store page is also live, and we'll be announcing that. That's what we announced today.
Yes, that's the Colour and Pixels platform DLC, yeah. Which will be coming out at the time of this video, right?
Probably, yeah.
Same day?
Same day. And yeah, that's just moving away through the pictures, so quite a few big pictures this time, hopefully that's...
Yeah, they're all looking really good as well. Oh, look at that. Oh.
But yeah, just a lot of picture work really, getting the DLCs as much progress as I can, so let's rush next week.
Yeah, good stuff. Cool, is that everything? I've done some stuff on Wooloop. There's been stuff on Athena as well that we haven't talked about yet, but just going to keep mentioning it. There's stuff happening. We've got all sorts of stuff, like not just the 3 games that we usually work on. We've got 5 now, right?
But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Patrons as always continue going, which is absolutely amazing to us. We'd expect that also. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my mum's a patron this week, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah? Hi, Mum.
But yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.